Dios.
What's going on? Today I would like to talk to you about the Google console, right? I'm sure you've heard about it. If you haven't, well then I guess this is my chance to inform, the viewer, whoever you are. So let's start off with a basic question. What exactly is it? Is it a console? Because I just said console, but in reality it's not a console, or at least I don't think it is. The slogan or I guess the marketing has a slogan, and the slogan says, "The future of gaming is not a box." So I'm assuming it's not going to be a console. It'll probably be a live service. Now, what do I mean with a live service? I mean something like Netflix, but a little different, and I'll explain it later on. But how is it going to work? It'll basically work like this. You will have the service, right? Like, let's say it's an app, because I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. So let's say it is an app, right? You download it on your phone, your computer, your TV, if you have a smart TV. So let's say it's an app, right? Netflix 2.0, but it's for gaming. Now, how exactly is it going to work? This saw assumptions because they didn't really go into detail. They talked a lot, but they didn't say much. So what I understood, what I managed to get out of all of that was, it's going to be like digital games only, but the caveat, or I guess the main concern for people, is you're going to have to stream it to be able to play it. And I don't mean stream as in like live streaming. I mean like you're going to have to stream the game. Like, you're going to have to be connected to the internet 24/7 if you want to play your game. That means if your Wi-Fi goes out for whatever reason, you won't be able to play it. So I think that's the main issue that people have with the console. Now, again, this is just my assumption. Maybe they already have made certain adjustments, but they haven't said anything about it, so I'm assuming they haven't done anything about it, because otherwise they would just come out and say, in case you don't have internet, we will do this and that. But they haven't said anything, so I'm assuming they probably will not do anything. One of their slogans is, "The internet is your store." I take that as, well, they did explain it a little bit. They said that you might be watching a YouTube video, you might be wherever, right? Might be an ad on your favorite website or whatever. If you see the game, you will be able to buy it, and you will be able to play it. Now, they didn't say buy, they just said play. But like I stated, they said the internet is your store. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to buy everything, right? Except for the service in itself. It's quite interesting. The idea is interesting. Now, the main concerns that people have right now are, one, the having to be connected all the time, right? I mean, who wants to be connected all the time? Sometimes people just want to play single player games, and they will not be able to do it with the Google app whatever. Especially, I'm assuming that at high, I guess high Wi-Fi consuming games. I'm not even sure how to phrase that correctly, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Like for example, Battlefield, right? How are you going to be able to stream it and play without issues, right? It's kind of hard, especially with today's service that we get for Wi-Fi. Some people don't even get more than 10. Let's just say people don't get high speeds, right? Now that's just one issue. The next issue is lag, latency, input lag. I don't know, like where you move and then your player keeps on moving for like a couple milliseconds or seconds, full seconds. Now, when I saw the demo for the presentation, they showed Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, they didn't really show the guy playing. I don't think he was playing. But if he was, there is some big issues with the input lag or whatever. The man stopped moving. He wasn't touching the controller anymore. And the character kept on moving for like a full second. That is crazy. It might not sound like a long time, but imagine if you have to be precise, right? Let's say Mario, where you have to jump, little squares. I don't know, I don't play Mario. But a better example for me, for people who play first-person shooters. You see a guy on your scope, right, with your sniper rifle, and you shoot, and it takes a second for the bullet to actually, trigger. So you have to wait a full second aiming at the person so that the bullet actually, shoots out of your gun. Now imagine a game like Battlefield where not only do you have to account for the distance, you have to account for if the character is moving or it's running. Now you're gonna have to account for a full second of latency from your controller. That's crazy. Another interesting little thing that they talked about was the nodes, I believe they call them. What it is basically a server, cloud server. But I guess for people who play FPS games or maybe other games, I'm not sure. But I'm sure most of you know what a dedicated server is. It's pretty much a server that is dedicated to, I don't know, lobbies, right? Like it gathers all the information and it makes a smoother experience, right? So I'm pretty sure that's what nodes are. But they're like set all around the world for the players that are playing. What it'll do is basically send your information to that node, all of your information, right? Your friends' information, ping. I don't know, but it's kind of hard to explain. But like all your data for your game, right? You're playing Battlefield with your friend, and he lives all the way in Europe. It'll send the information to the node, and from there it'll kind of distribute it, and it'll be a smoother gameplay than if it were a host, just a random host in the lobby. That's kind of what it is. Again, I'd like to talk about the internet issue, because I know people don't have, high speed internet speeds, and that is a big concern from people, right? Me personally, I don't have any issues with my connection, but I understand there is people who do have issues with it. So, maybe at first you shouldn't go into this, because you will have to stream the games. I don't know if there is any way to work around it. I think you will even have to have a connection to play single player games. They didn't say anything that suggests that you won't need a connection, but either way, I don't think you should go into it the first year unless you have a stable connection. But worry not. From what I understand, 5G is just around the corner, which is said to be, great speeds for everybody's connections, not just people who are willing to pay the price. It'll be for everybody. Now, the issue with 5G, from what I understand, is the health issues, because allegedly, this is all alleged, I don't have any evidence of this, but allegedly it can cause cancer, and people have a problem with that. But I mean, everything kind of causes cancer. The sun causes cancer. The food that you consume causes cancer. All like these GMOs and fertilizers, all that stuff causes cancer. So I really don't see the issue with it. But if that is, an issue for you, I would suggest you try to stay away from 5G, although I think it's kind of impossible. But that's it for the, specs and all that stuff, that we really don't have any information right now. Most of the information will be coming through E3, so if you want, some more information, stay tuned for that. And that is till June. We didn't get pricing, we didn't get none of that stuff. So what I know, what they did confirm is that it launches in 2019. So it launches this year. And again, to recap, this is just kind of like my assumptions, right? I think it'll probably be free to attract customers and all that stuff. I don't think you have to pay anything for it. I think you will have to buy the games though. So it's kind of like Netflix, but not really, because Netflix, it's a paid subscription, and I think this is just a service, I guess. That's about it. I didn't phrase it correctly like the whole video, right? But if you have any issues, maybe you didn't understand something I said, please leave a comment. I will respond to it. I'll try to clear things up a little bit, in case you didn't understand, one of the things I said. I apologize. It's kind of a quick video, although I took forever. Leave a comment. Are you interested in this console at all? Or this service, I should say, because it's not a console. Are you interested in this service? Do you plan on trying it out? Do you have any concerns with it? I would like to know all of this stuff, so maybe I can gather a bunch of information and maybe make another video on the subject. But that's about it for me. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all next time, if you stick around.